Coming to you guys over out from Queens, New York. Gonna give you guys my keto update, how I'm doing. I'm gonna talk about in my next video not having a gallbladder and how do I do the ketogenic diet without a gallbladder. Today what I'm basically doing is I'm walking with Mariel. Basically what we try to do is every day we try to walk 10,000 steps. If not, we try to do about 5 to 6 miles a day in order to help the fat burning process. And I also make electrolyte water to keep myself hydrated during this process because I don't have a gallbladder, so I go through water really quick. So I got to make sure that I make something with some sea salt, some lemon and lime, which I'll show you guys in the actual video process. Otherwise than that, we're gonna start walking through Jackson Heights and getting these steps in, because in reality, it's great that you're doing a ketogenic diet, but you also want to make sure that you are doing something else to accelerate your fat burn. So join me on this walk. Did you hear that? She's always ready. This is my best partner in life because she cares about what's going on with my health and she's helping me as well. Let's go get these 10,000 steps in. Got pretty dark. Now we're heading back. So when you guys join me back at home, what I'm going to basically do is I'm going to make some chicken wings with a nice salad with some ranch dressing. So it was a pretty interesting walk today because as well it was primary day, so we had to go out today and vote for the primaries. Funny thing about it is that both I and Mariel, guess who we voted for? Mariel, who did you vote for?
I'm not saying.
Well, I voted for Bernie Sanders. I don't know why she's ashamed, but that's... I'm going to keep it real. Even though he's not in it, I still put my my vote out there so that at least the Democrats understand how I feel. Bernie was the man with the plan. Well, take a humble abode. If we can take him straight to the kitchen and just clean, we can clean his paws there. And clean his paws in the kitchen. So the first thing that I do is I literally just like to clean all of my chicken wings, which I just recently did. I gave it a good rinse. You don't want to eat anything that hasn't been rinsed. And I just put them into this little pot, which I'm going to season. By the way, when I do get some chicken, I do like to get some organic chicken. This chicken came from Bell and Evans. And I got it from Peapod because Peapod delivers, especially during COVID-19. You want to make sure you play it kind of safe. So there goes my chicken wings. So the next process of this is pretty simple. I like to pour in olive oil. That's going to give it that nice fat when it goes into the oven. And then this is the lemon pepper that I like to use that I either get from Aldi's. If I don't get it from Aldi's, I get it from Trader Joe's. And I just sprinkle in a decent amount. And you guys can see how good that looks. And then I just hand mix it. So let me hand mix that so I don't get the camera dirty. Ready? So next thing we're going to do, we're going to put it over to the cooking tray. And then we're going to also grease this little pan just to make sure that it doesn't stick to the actual pan. Usually what I do is I turn on the oven. I click on broil. I let that preheat. And let me show you how I grease up my pan. So I have this type of sprayer where you can put in your oils. Give it a good pump. And then just basically give it another good pump. And then, perfect. I think we're good now. And then basically what you want to do is you want to make sure that when you're putting your chicken wings in, you space them out. Man, this looks already delicious. I'm starving. All right. Let's put this guy around. Go. What you guys didn't get the chance to see is the fact that One of the things you guys didn't get the chance to see is when I actually let the chicken sit. I let it sit for at least a good 15 minutes. So it gets all that good flavoring. Looks like we got a little extra guy. Let's see where we can fit him. All right. This goes into the sink. So when I have it on high broil, one of the things that I do is I basically set the timer for 15 minutes. And then after I set the timer for 15 minutes, the chicken goes in. And then I flip them again in another 15 minutes. And then when I feel like it's perfectly right, that's when I take them out and I start eating them. So my next step is I'm actually, this pre-washed salad mix, I'm actually gonna wash it anyway because that's the way I am. I don't really trust it. This is actually 50-50, which is baby spinach, baby lettuce, baby greens, and radicchio, which is my favorite. And I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do afterwards. I'm actually gonna mix it. What I like to do is I like to mix it with the ranch dressing because then it just comes out fantastic. So there it goes. I'm gonna sprinkle. Give it a good spray. Get the spinach back in there. Lower that. And then my spinner has a little hole. And I stop it. And then I'm going to put it into this bowl and I'm going to just hand mix it. Right now the salad mix is actually dry. I'm going to take the salad mix. I'm going to dump it in. Put that back. I'm going to add my ranch dressing. Keep some for the chicken, for dipping. And then I'm just going to toss it. Very similar to what all these salad places are doing. And I'm going to be honest with you, this is the best way to get flavor in your salads. You gotta make sure you're tossing it inside a pan, a pot. I don't care what you use, because once you mix this up, oh man, it captures every inch of it is going to get this sauce, and it's just going to taste so damn good. So this looks like it's ready. As you guys can see, it looks delicious. I'm going to cut some avocado and add some avocado to it as well. So once I cut my avocado in half, one of the things I want to do is I want to cut it into little pieces. So just grab my knife gently. I don't want to go through and cut my hand. And then I'm just going to cube it up. And now I can just spoon it out and put it into the salad and mix it. So making a keto meal shouldn't take that long. So in reality, if you plan out your day and you got an idea of what you want to eat, it should be very easy for you by the end of the day to have your meal prepped up. I'm not gonna lie to you, in order for you to stay in ketosis and this ketogenic diet, you have to be focused on your meal plan. Because if you're gonna count on eating out, I'm gonna tell you right now, temptation's out there and you're gonna get yourself in trouble. Now, last week we had a birthday in the family, and I'll be very honest with you, Mariel made a chocolate cake for her brother, and guess what I did? You're right, I ate it. I ate that chocolate cake. And the minute I ate that chocolate cake, I was A-okay. I got the sugar high, and I started to get a headache. So the first thing I did was I started to hydrate. I started drinking some electrolyte water in order for me to balance myself out, but that didn't help at all because that started then the sugar demon that came out. So I ended up eating another piece of cake. So I ate cake that day and then I ate cake the next day, and that threw me out of ketosis. So listen, it's gonna happen. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna fall off the wagon. It's like being an alcoholic. So when you fall off that wagon, you want to reboot and start all over again. So here's the chicken wings and here's the salad. As you can see, it looks amazing. I can't wait to start eating this. So if you really plan out your keto diet, it's gonna be much more easier for you. I'm gonna get ready to eat these chicken wings because I am hungry. And here's the finished product. As you can see, it looks amazing. Look at that. So I just wanted you guys to see, I'm starting to slim down again. This is the reason why I'm doing keto. If you like what you're seeing in my channel, I'm going to talk about weight loss. I'm going to talk about mistakes that you make in keto. I mean, I made a mistake. I just told you guys I had some chocolate cake 2 days in a row, got out of ketosis. The thing is, you got to reboot and you got to jump right back in. These things are going to happen. You're human. I'm human. I've been heavy for a very long time. Some of you guys have probably been heavy for a very long time. It's like Alcoholic Anonymous. The great thing about keto, that I always say the great thing about keto is the fact that it does take away hunger. So don't be ashamed if you make a mistake. Get back into the game, start walking. That's why earlier today I made you guys walk with me in my journey, so you guys get to see what basically happens. Because the only way we can speed up this process and help ourselves is by being active too as well. So I'm going to sign off. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you can get notifications. And by the way, also, another thing, like I said, I'm doing is I'm also doing some hikes. Take a look at those hikes. If I can do it, you can do it. And thank you for watching.